Ibn Abbas narrates that there are over 300 verses of the Quran that have been revealed in honor of Imam Ali. Over 300 verses. So the minimum that we know from Ibn Abbas is that there are at least a minimum of 300 verses of the Quran in honor of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Let's analyze a couple of them today, and let's dissect Amir al-Mu'mineen from the Quran, and let's prove that he was the successor of the Prophet appointed by Allah from the verses of the glorious Quran. The first verse that was revealed in honor of Amir al-Mu'mineen and an indication to Amir al-Mu'mineen was what? Was chapter 26, verse 214. The purpose of this lecture is every verse will be quoted. I will give you the name of the surah, I will give you the number of the chapter, I will give you the number of the verse, so that you can later go on and look at it yourselves. So chapter 26, verse 214 says what? It says that the Prophet did not announce his prophethood until he reached the age of 40. When the Prophet was 40 years old, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed a verse in the Quran to the Prophet saying that you are now a prophet that is publicly going to declare his message. A lot of Muslims say that the Prophet didn't know he was going to be a prophet, and that when he reaches the age of 40 he saw Jibreel and got scared, and Jibreel shook him and said, no, you are the Prophet. The man who Jibreel was created in front of, you're asking me that he got scared? No, our Prophet knew he was a prophet. He just publicly declared it at the age of 40. When the Prophet reached the age of 43, Allah revealed this verse, chapter 26, verse 214. What does it say? And warn your nearest of kin. Okay, how does this relate to Imam Ali? When this verse was revealed, warn your nearest of kin, basically Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was saying to the messenger, Ya Rasulullah, before you publicly proclaim the religion of Islam to the masses, first I want you to tell your family about Islam. I want you to educate your family. They say that if you want to see change in a society, then you need to change your home first. Right? You start off by fixing your own household, then you move on to others. There are many people who always say Islam says this, Islam says this, Islam says this, and you look at his own house, far away from Islam. So the Prophet was told, warn your nearest of kin, tell them that you are a prophet, get them to accept the religion of Islam. So the Prophet calls Amir al-Mu'mineen. How old was Imam Ali? 13. How old was the Prophet? 43. 30-year gap. He says, oh Ali, I want you to prepare food for me and invite our family, Bani Hashim. I have a message to proclaim. They said, if you ever want to get a group of people together, tell them that there is going to be food. They will come straight away. When you want to hold a majlis for Aba Abdullah al-Hussein, tell them there is going to be food. In the announcement, they will come straight away. Niaz Hussein. So the Prophet knew these Arabs might not come. Oh Ali, tell them there is food in my house tomorrow. Watch them all come. MashaAllah. So all the uncles of the Prophet, Abu Lahab, Abu Talib, Hamza, they all come to the house of the Prophet. They all eat. Once the food is finished, the Prophet stands up to make a statement. As he's about to talk, he says, oh people, I have to deliver a message to you. Abu Lahab at that moment stood up and said, no, we don't want to hear your message. Right? We've eaten, we're full. Come on guys, let's go. So they all got up and left. So the Prophet said to Imam Ali, Ya Ali, prepare food again. Invite them again tomorrow. Tell them again, there is food in my house. Tell them to come. So they come. The Prophet is now delving into his conversation. What was his conversation? After they'd finished eating, the Prophet stood up and says, oh my family members, oh Bani Hashim, I have come to warn you that I am a messenger of God. Just as God spoke to Adam, spoke to Abraham, spoke to Moses, spoke to Jesus, I am a continuation of that message. I am the final seal of the prophets. So they're all listening. Then the Prophet says something interesting. He says, which one of you will be the first man to testify and accept that I am the Prophet of God? That man will be my successor. Right.
MashaAllah.
Now we have Muslims coming forward and asking us a question. Where is it written that Imam Ali was the successor of the Prophet? Where can you show me proof that Imam Ali was the successor of the Prophet? And one thing that the Shias do, and there's no problem in doing this, but they jump straight to Hadith. Right? They jump straight to the verses of Ghadir where the Prophet elected Amirul Mu'mineen. No. Ghadir was at the end of the message of the Prophet's life. Dawat-e-Dhul Ashira was day one of Islam. From the first day of this religion, the Prophet declared Ali is my successor. I have a question. Where were the Khalifas at this time? When Dawat-e-Dhul Ashira was happening, where were the Khalifas of Islam? They weren't even Muslim. They were bowing down to idols. Amir al-Mu'mineen was there declaring Islam at the age of 13. And the Caliphs were what? Bowing down to dates, to halwa, and then eating their God after they prostrate to their God. Then what did the Prophet say? Which one of you will accept me? A 13-year-old boy stands up, Ya Rasulullah, I will accept you. What did the Prophet say back? He said, Ya Ali, Anta akhi, wa wasi, wa khalifati min ba'di. Ya Ali, you are my brother, you are my wasi, and you are the Khalifa min ba'di, after me. Oh Muslims, don't ask me who the successor of the Prophet was. The Prophet already said, Ya Ali, you are the successor after me. Day one, successorship has been closed. You can't argue the matter. Then he turns towards Bani Hashim and says, what? Oh uncles, oh family members, oh relatives, from this day forward I am your Prophet and Ali is my successor. Therefore after me, you have to obey him. Some people laughed. Abu Talib, the father, has to now obey Ali the son. Criticisms.